So too is Big Bucks as they race on now inside the final 3.5 furlongs. They just have the 2 more flights of hurdles to take, and for the first time, Christophe Pierre has asked Casbar Bliss to try and pick them up. Punches Towns and Casbar Bliss, these two now go on with Power Station between horses. Over the second from home, Punches Towns had the lead. Power Station is hanging on in there. Casbar Bliss towards the outside. Big Bucks is staying on next as they begin to make the turn, and it is Punches Towns who got first run, and he's out in front now by 2.5 lengths, and he has thrown the gauntlet down. Big Bucks is staying on. Now Casbar Bliss is having to be driven on the outside. Power Station is towards the inside. They have gone clear. Still, they've got over 1.5 furlongs to go. 1 more flight to take. Punches Towns now being tackled by Big Bucks towards the outside. Casbar Bliss needs to pick it up over the final flight. Punches Towns more fluent there than Big Bucks in second. Casbar Bliss will not win inside the final furlong now. Big Bucks and Ruby Walsh over on the far side. Punches Towns and Barry Geraghty. They've got 1/2 furlong to go, and Ruby Walsh and Big Bucks have gone to the lead. They're out in front by 1.5 lengths and racing up towards the line. The Ladbrokes World Hurdle goes to Big Bucks.
Tidal Bay is just about last of all as they run then downhill towards the second last. War of attrition from Time for Rupert. Still Big Bucks there in third place, the red sleeves. Ruby yet to really move and ask him, and he steps over the second last purposefully. Catch It comes next from Power Station, then the Grey Aberdeen. It's Time for Rupert who leads. Big Bucks continuing to lob along in second place on the outside of War of Attrition, and now spies a gap to move through to challenge the long-time leader. Power Station, Catch It, Carabac, Cousin Vinny next. Big Bucks sitting alongside Time for Rupert. This long run down towards the final flight, and then shortish run in, and Big Bucks is poised to retain his crown on the outside of Time for Rupert. Power Station, Cousin Vinny, and then behind these Carabac trying to get there, but Big Bucks organised to the last to come and take it with Time for Rupert. This is the final flight. Big Bucks comes and clatters his way through it just as he did 12 months ago. Time for Rupert, however, has no response as Big Bucks is now shaken up by Ruby Walsh. He does no more than he has to. No flat spot. A duff 12 months for bankers is put right by Big Bucks, following up in the World Hurdle and winning comfortably.
And it's Cross Cannon, shadowed by Big Bucks in second, Restless Harry, and then on the inside, Bertie's Dream, Power Station, Zaynar's out wide, Murad in the yellow jacket, Riggerback Bob, then Grand Cru, 5 for 3 on the outside. This is 3 out, and it was Cross Cannon that again led, and again the jumping was just about perfect all round there. So racing towards the top of the hill, and Cross Cannon from Restless Harry. Ruby's always had Big Bucks handy. That may have been very wise in quite a steadily run race. Power Station is fourth, then Murad, and now the tap's being turned on. Bertie's Dream is being pushed along, losing 1 or 2 places. Grand Cru beginning to pick off 1 or 2 as they run down the hill, and Alan O'Keefe is kicking Cross Cannon along here. Big Bucks still travelling strongly on his inside. Then Restless Harry, followed by Power Station, 5 for 3. Murad, and then Grand Cru now into about 7th place. Here comes the second last, Cross Cannon. Big Bucks on the right. Right there is Restless Harry too. Still Cross Cannon from Big Bucks. Then Power Station coming through as well. A few traffic problems for 1 or 2. A bit of argy-bargy involving Power Station and Restless Harry. Grand Cru coming through. It's Cross Cannon. The whip is up. Big Bucks. Grand Cru over on the far side. Murad. Then 5 for 3 on this long run towards the final flight. Cross Cannon. Big Bucks in the centre. Big Bucks takes over. Here comes Grand Cru now. Murad, and 5 for 3 right on the stands rail. Still way off the final flight. Ruby Walsh pushing along, and Big Bucks. Grand Cru is trying to challenge on the inside. Big Bucks will take the last with about a length lead over Grand Cru as they now settle down to fight it out up the hill. Murad's back in third. Big Bucks just from Grand Cru. Grand Cru's trying hard, but Big Bucks is too strong again and will win his 3rd World Hurdle. 3 years running. Big Bucks wins. Grand Cru beaten off.
So racing towards the next flight, Big Bucks took off and really stretched for that. Get to the other side with momentum and alongside Murad. Oscar Whiskey and 1,000 Stars towards the outside is Cross Cannon. Dinas comes next. Ruby Walsh has a look, sees that Oscar Whiskey and 1,000 Stars are on his hammer. He's alongside Murad as they turn down towards the second last. Mad Place has moved through into 5th. Dinast is 6th. Volaire Lavadette is continuing to make ground. So Big Bucks, Ruby Walsh deciding when to try and press the button. Murad leads the main pursuers. In second place, a neck away, 1,000 Stars and Oscar Whiskey playing their hands late. Smad Place then behind these Dynast on the run towards the second last. The Pretenders are massing behind Big Bucks in an attempt to wrest away his crown. 2 flights to take in the Ladbrokes World Hurdle, and Big Bucks is over. From in second place, 1,000 Stars, Oscar Whiskey, and Murad. Smad Place, Voler La Vedette is making ground for Andrew Lynch, and now the home turn, and now the hill that Big Bucks knows so well. Ridden along, can Oscar Whiskey, 1,000 Stars, or Voler La Vedette get by? Big Bucks, he asks to stretch with that majestic stride. Can he break the hearts of Oscar Whiskey? Voler La Vedette is the main danger on the far side. She is coming there very strongly. Then 1,000 Stars, who's beaten off Big Bucks. Voler La Vedette trying to travel out wide. Now switches to the rival. Big Bucks, Ruby Walsh wants to look the rival in the eye. Voler La Vedette has scuttled up the near side and is now only a length down. Big Bucks, Voler La Vedette is trying very hard, but Big Bucks is driven out, and Voler La Vedette will fail like so many have done in the past. 16 in a row, a 4th world hurdle equals Sir Ken's record.